Mm. Oh, hello, good afternoon. We're going to continue mm, with something that we did a long time ago since when I last streamed. So this Extinction risk visualization website, and I'm gonna check here that the streams are working fine, because I haven't streamed for a while. It's always a little bit unsure about that. Okay, I'm gonna check here. Seems fine. And I'm not gonna. Yeah, I noticed today, like I've been using this Krita software, and a second. I have to restart this one. Let's go here. Okay, I think that's correct now. So one thing that has been annoying me with this Krita, and it might have to do with my drawing tablet as well, is that there have been this kind of if I make very kind of like quick, like create two lines in quick succession, like if I want to draw a 4, then if I draw it quick, it used to kind of like add some kind of like additional line here. I don't know, like did it think that I wanted to have it there, or was it just some kind of like I think it had to do with not having like a quick enough interface with the drawing tablet, and then it kind of like makes stuff up. Like it thought that I wanted to draw a line, but I didn't, or kind of like it has. I think like if it kind of like doesn't connect to the, like if the discussion between the computer and the drawing tablet is not kind of like quick enough, then it kind of like fills in the blanks or something like that. And we're talking like small parts of a second, but they matter if I make like quick movements. And yeah, the problem. I think I like my fix to the problem is like not to use my external monitor, and maybe all of the USB stuff that it requires. I think that was maybe taking too much of some kind of like connection power or whatever, and then it leaves it less to the tablet. Even if I'm using the tablet in Bluetooth mode, which it's kind of like, but it somehow it uses like, I don't know, but it's not like a good fix. But if this is kind of like a hardware limitation, then you maybe cannot find such a good fix. But maybe the correct balance is that I'm not using external monitor now. I'm just using like the laptop monitor. So it kind of like has some limitations for me, but yeah, maybe it works out. So today, what I gonna want to do, like I've been thinking about the layout, like a new layout a bit. like in previous layout, this input stuff, it was between these two graphs, and now I'm thinking of like putting everything above there. Okay, there's some spam here. Let's check it in here as well. Okay, ban. Okay. Okay, let's go back here. Is there a connection issue? Hope not. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay. So yeah, but I've had, what did I do? Another spammer. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I want to, like, even if I have these kind of like inputs areas above here, I think I still might want, it's not quite obvious like what are the connections between the different inputs. So even if I try to make, let's see, I like this some kind of arrow things here that what leads to what and how they connect, but it's not. I don't think, and I think I'm kind of like want to add some buttons here, like so that if you click the button, you will see like what's the math behind the number, like how it connects to other variables here, because there's going to be like 3 main variables, maybe 4 here if I want to add like the expected amount of human lives that are lived. Like now I kind of like have it as an alternative option for this expected longevity of humanity, which is now like expressed in years that humanity has left. So, but okay, I'm gonna go here. Let's maybe write this better. Let's now try like, because I should have better writing options now. So we're gonna use this color, and here we have let's see, let's just say expected. Okay, that there was like a lag spike here, but I think it was because of the autosave. So I'm still a little bit nervous, like if I have fixed this kind of like lag issues or not. So of humankind. So I'm gonna type this later with text tools, but for now I just want to I don't know, maybe here it's also a little bit too much to write this humankind, because I think I tend to avoid it. I want to keep these as short as possible, and especially if I'm gonna add that like if I'm gonna add like more text above, I'm gonna get back to that soon. So this would be survival probability, bright blue one. So one other thing that I want to, that I'm not too happy with is I have these two variables that have almost the same color. Like there's this a little bit darker blue here, but otherwise it's almost the same blue. And I think like one benefit to that is to better kind of like show that these are very related variables. But on the other hand, I think it's just like maybe it's just too hard to tell them apart here, especially because I have this pattern here to kind of like indicate that it kind of like fills the area there. So you just might think about it as like a transparent, or you might think that your eyes are just like looking at it as transparent. So I think I should have like a color for it that is like has a like a very distinct hue. But I've been trying that a little bit, and I haven't come up with a color that would how do you say, like because right now this orange and blue mix is, I think it works very well. Just a sec. Oops. So I'm gonna write this. Just gonna write extinction probability, at least for now. Oh yeah, I think I want to add here. So these are just now, these numbers don't mean anything, they're just like placeholder numbers. I just copy pasted it. But I think what I like about this now compared to like previous version, that I have these arrows here that signify that you can change the values by clicking these arrows, because I think that is a nicer thing to do than like inputting it with your keyboard. So if I want to make a change to this probability here, it's just a long number. If you want to change like some decimal that is somewhere here, well, anywhere here, and then you have to input all the 5 digits. But oftentimes you just want to see like what's, if you change like this middle decimal, for example, you want to see what happens. Then you don't have to like, and oftentimes it's like a small change. You want to see what happens. So then you just click here if you want it higher, and you click here if you want it lower. So I think that's kind of like with these kind of numbers, I think these work better, and I think they also work better than any kind of like slider inputs. You know, sliders where they have like you have like something like this, and then you have a slider that you move, and you click here, and then the slider goes there, blah blah blah. So here the problem comes like if you have this, that there's such like you want to have control over like different magnitudes. You either want to have like a very small change or a very big change. So with sliders, they're usually like a uniform scale here, and so it's gonna be very hard to like make very small changes. You could have like some kind of logarithmic sliders, but I think that's just like they will get very difficult for the user to use and also comprehend. You could have some issues there. Yeah, so this will be. I have to think about this also a little bit. I think I'm gonna actually do that now because there's some things here that I want to change, and it's a little bit tricky with this. Like I have these layers, and I have all kind of like layers that I also am not really using, and some of these are empty. And I should also, while I'm at here, like make some kind of yeah, that's not. Yeah, I was playing with the idea that having these survival values in the let's see here. Yeah, it's also a little bit tricky here. I have these old inputs here, and I gonna like want to make them go away. So I'm gonna actually see here if I go to the input layers, and what if I just turn it off? Yeah, I think that's quite a lot. And now there's just like that legend stuff. So what if I turn it off here? Yeah, that works out. So yeah, I think now the graph is a little bit more understandable. There's still some stuff I've thrown over there that's messing. Let's see. Yeah, so these here in the upper graph, these values are indicative of those values that you're controlling the up there. So this orange value here, like so this like 0.3034, it's kind of like what you have in the first input, and now the second input should be like 0.1110, so it would correspond to this this graph area here and so on. But I haven't put in the actual numbers. That's kind of like one important thing I think is that you should not focus on the detail. Okay, I think I can remove this one. Just checking like which of these layers I should like. Some of these, quite many of these layers are even like what's the, yeah, many of these are empty layers. So I'm not taking like if there's anything worth saving. I think we don't need that one. Yeah, that's, yeah, this one we are definitely keeping, and this one also, like I'm here, this kind of like shows it. Yeah, I'm thinking like, because I have in the graph there, I have those different shades of purple to indicate the time scale. So I think it could help if they stretch out to the top of the page. Yeah, this was about some this is some, yeah, this is about like, yeah, I was trying different colors. Seems empty. I think some of these might not be empty, but I could say that at this point, like all of these layers to some extent, they're just like sketching and trying not stuff. So if I remove something that I shouldn't have, it's not gonna be a big loss, because these are not very like thought out. So yeah, here I'm thinking like, should I have a like, what's the, maybe I don't need this kind of and here, yeah, I was thinking like, how do I, yeah, I'm just gonna take that off. So what's this one? Yeah, this is about adding the text there on the top, but we're gonna get to that a little bit later. Gonna check here. Okay. Okay, now let's see what kind of layers we have left. Yeah, this is what it's just so much easier now to, I could also like put names to these layers, but maybe it's not, because some of these are going to be removed. So here, yeah, let's see. I want to, I think I would maybe want to have these. Let's try to add another vector layer. I might want to somehow, let's see, could it be done like a, yeah, this is something that I haven't figured out. Like you cannot like select multiple of these, or maybe there's a way, but I at least cannot remember it, because I just want to, I would want to change many of these at the same time. I would like to move all of these squares to the other layer, and I'm not sure if there's like a good way. Convent shapes. I wonder if there's like a, it could be nice if there was something like a move to layer above or something like that. There's this raise and lower back, which are, I haven't really, but yeah, let's see what I was like want to do here. We know the correct layer, yeah. Come on. I want to make some space here, and I think I want to add here a text that says like let's say like 1 in 4,000, if this was like 1 in 4,000. Make this a little bit bigger, like that. So it would be here, because I had this in the previous version. So this would mean like turning this percentage here that you can change, so that it's because these small percentages, they can be hard to grasp, like what 0.03. It's easy to grasp like 1% or 10%, but then we go like below 0. You have to like start counting those, like how many decimals are there before, and then you have to think about, oh, these are percentages, these are not like real numbers, so it gets hard to make the connection, like how small percentages are we talking about here. So then if I add this like if this was like 1 in 4,000, it's not. Let's see actually what it is, and I think I have it there in the so 1 divided by, so now I have to add like a 0.0, and now we, oh, that's like that. You have to put quite many like zeros there. So this is 1 in 2, 9, Is this correct? Yeah, maybe. 1 in 2941. So, and I might make this white to kind of like a, yeah, I think I have to make this white, and it also makes it's more visible that way, like that, and it kind of like goes with this theme that we have the orange color surrounding this to indicate ooh. So now I also want to have this kind of like per year thing here, but I wonder how tricky it gets. There's already like overlap you see here with these squares, and I don't want to have that. So I think I might have to make this smaller, but I'm also thinking like how hard do I want to avoid like overlap also in vertical space. So if I have the text per year like that, like even if I make this font a lot smaller so there's no like horizontal overlap with the blue box here, it's still gonna it's still gonna like overlap with this kind of like a row of blue boxes, because it's gonna go down here, and I kind of like, if I have the title here, survival probability, and then there's gonna be this orange box that's gonna come down, that's not like what I want to see. So I think I might have to, there's like one other like a chance how to do this is I could add, oops, no, I'm a little bit worried that this is gonna crash. Okay, no, I'm gonna add it here per year like that, and I could have it like on 2 rows so that it takes less kind of like space like that. I think I also want to make these, I want to make these lines I want them to be a lot thinner, because they are taking space as well. So I think maybe a good thinness here could be like, it's kind of like indicative of the, or like correspond to like the thickness of the letters in the, or like the font thickness inside these. But I kind of like really want to emphasize this, and here I also need to add here somewhere like 2036 2026 to 2035 like that. Now I'm thinking like I'm gonna, if I do it like this, there's still like still the problem that it's gonna come so low here. Now if I can like lower this row below this survival probability low with the row with the blue boxes, that would help here, but it's also then we are going to use so much vertical space here, and there's going to be empty space here between and also I'm gonna between the boxes, between the time scales, and also I'm gonna make these smaller anyway, so that's gonna increase the amount of empty space, so I'm not sure if I'm happy with that either. I think we're gonna do some other stuff for a while and we're gonna return to that. And the other stuff that I've been thinking about is that I'm gonna make these new inputs to a group. So we're gonna make a group layer here like that, and all of this stuff with the new, yeah, this can go there. That's not gonna go there. That's gonna go there. Is it going there? Am I doing this correctly? Okay. Yeah, that's not going. I don't know what was this. This has to be something because I didn't delete it. Or did I just add this? Maybe. So yeah, that's gonna go there. So this will be like in time, this is gonna be the new input group, but for now it's not. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe that goes there as well. Maybe that's a good place for it. And these definitely go there. And now if you turn this off, there was this. Yeah, this is gonna go there as well. So now we get this this thing that we can turn all that stuff on and off with just like one change here when we have it in that group. This stuff, I'm gonna take some of this stuff off from here. It's just like making things harder to read. And yeah, now the kind of like master plan is to make some kind of like mega groups, because you can also like nest different groups. So I also wonder like how many levels of nesting can you do. Like if I have this group here, can I move this group inside? I'm gonna save now. I'm gonna like worried what's gonna. Okay, it's in there. So now, so I could call this like a right hand side, because this is gonna like the all of the right hand side in the website, and this will be, I think this is a little bit redundant actually. But maybe it doesn't even have all. Okay, this one has. Oh, it's not actually redundant. It's okay. So now we're gonna. There's all these layers that I think these are not I'm just gonna remove these because I think they are not, they're doing nothing. I hope so. I'm gonna check if there's like anything. Yeah, that's some doodling around here. So just gonna remove all of this stuff like that. What this stuff is? Yeah, this is pretty cool. There's like an invert of all the colors. So I'm thinking like or it's not of yeah, it was invert, but because I wonder if I could use something like that when I'm if I want to make like a, because this is kind of like a dark mode. I'm gonna remove this. What's wrong here? Okay. So here we have like let's call this like new inputs. So now I'm gonna add it to this big group menu here. Where did it go? It's okay, it should go here. No, I'm just trying to get it. But if I click it here, okay, now it's there. And I'm gonna call these ones like a lower right. So the point is that I want to make space up here. So now if I move this group layer here that has all of that stuff on the right hand side, except for this very top like line. So now if this should move all of the stuff, and it does. So now I can just move this. You can see that there's a little bit of like a this kind of like flickering going on. Okay. I just want to get the x-axis orientation correct. Okay. A little bit here. Okay. Now that we have it there, we're gonna make let's make another group for those. Add a group layer here, and we're gonna call it like some kind of like tutorial area or something like that, because I was thinking like that there could be this kind of like area where everything is like more spelled out, so it would make it easier to understand like what's happening in the page. So oops. So one thing to consider, I cannot here, is that how small font do I want to use, and how is it gonna like work? I think I read somewhere that there is like some kind of like recommended amount of words that you want to have on per one line. So if I want to use all of this, the top to the indicate the text, I think that's gonna be like it's gonna be too long text windows, and I might not want to have I might not want to like use all of this space here on the right either, because I think I should take account like users who have like narrow screens or like narrow browsers or something like that. So one thing would be that I could have like a left and right hand side. So let's see here if I, what if I okay, let's take this open and just I don't really know like how do I say the well, I could make the line breaks here in the in kind of like the text window here. You might not see it in the stream, but something like this. That's let's see what happens if we do like just like I wonder if there's like a way to set for the, let's see here, is there like a better way to set for a text window that like what's how many, because I cannot like I'm trying to like move this area here. I cannot, let's see. Yeah, if I make this smaller like this, it's just gonna like I don't know, flatten or bolden the or whatever it's, but I cannot seem to tell it like how many lines I want. So I can do it by hand, but I think there should be a better way. Maybe there is, but I haven't figured it out. So if we go like this, oops, and we could have another one here, and maybe one area here. So I was thinking about 4 areas, because there could be like an area for each of the variables. So there might be 3 or 4 variables. In this way I could have, because there's, if I'm gonna use 3 areas, I might as well use 4 areas, because there's gonna be like one empty area. So then I could use here, because I have the expected longevity of humanity in years, I could use the one of these areas for expected longevity in terms of amount of people who will amount of lives that will be lived over the period. So that's like one. I'm gonna go grab my notes, because I I had some idea on what to write for these. So let's make this correct. 4 years. Um, hmm. Yeah, it's hmm. I think this survival probability, there's this text here, that's not gonna be... Oh, okay, I have another idea now. So, what if I have the top row like as one... Mm, hmm. Hmm. Maybe this could be like I could try to, like, the thing that is correct here is that maybe it's good to try to keep these 6 blocks of width for this tutorial area. So let's add here. Gonna add I'm gonna add like a vector layer. So let's add this kind of box here to indicate the area that we are using. Field, and I'm gonna use this. That. And also there should be some kind of like a maybe separate scroll bar here. Because one thing that I've been worried about is that if this text, if I want to have the text for all of these time periods, a different text, then it's gonna take a lot of vertical space, and I want the user to, when the user goes to the site, I want them to see at least some of the graph already, so that they notice that it's not just text in the site. So this could be this could also be like I don't know, some kind of X button here, because to indicate that this is kind of like a tutorial, and once you get to understand like how do the numbers connect, then you just kind of like use this lower section of the site. Okay, I'm just thinking like could I fit this? Gonna check this thing here. Okay. What if we don't use this yet? So here, what if this goes a little bit lower? And I would also like to create some kind of like air. So we have this in one row here, and then we have then the survivability by year is something like this, and we can add another parenthesis for maybe I gotta add here because I have more space per year. Something like that. Then we have then humankind survives until 2035 with probability. Okay, we can just with either probability. And then we have math, and then we have like then so like that. And now it's a little bit tricky with these formulas, because they're gonna take more space than the than other stuff, because there's these notations that go, there's like different size of fonts, so I kind of like want to have like a larger font. So what that means is that I think there should be like 2 rows format. I'm gonna go see like one of those formulas here somewhere. Yeah, here's like one. One formula. So I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna make a copy of this. I think that's the only way. Maybe. Duplicate. And I'm gonna add it here. I'm gonna try to move it. Is it here? Okay. And if I try to make this smaller, you got like, this is so tall. And I could have here, you can see like some numbers. I could have changed this white stuff to orange and so on, kind of like to indicate the. So let's make it a little bit smaller. Let's see how small we can make this so that it still remains like readable. Like some of those year numbers there are gonna be tricky. It can be a little bit smaller, but I don't know, maybe not. Let's just try with this now. So it's gonna take like 3 rows of space if I do it like this. And again, like these numbers, they are from different. And I was thinking I could add like this kind of bold text. So here first, if, and here could have a we had those colors to make the connection to the other colors. Here we take the light blue color. Like survives, here humankind survives with blah 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 probability, and then you have here as a blue row like a survival probability. So that could make it easier to understand. So now I'm thinking we could add here and is expected to live for 9.7 years. Of the next 10 years. Let's put some numbers here. No. Take the color that, so like and this would be another place to put some matte, and I think I'm gonna add like some there's gonna be empty space between these, and now there's like if, then, and now I could add here to the right, see, like this. And there would be, then let's put like, just put like 900 million lives lived. Next 10 years. Of potential 180 million lives. Next 10 years. So these are gonna like basically two sides of the same coin, or these are like the same like math here. I wonder if it's gonna take like 3 rows again. Sum of probabilities until 2036. So I'm putting here, yeah, it's gonna take so much space. Maybe I can squeeze the math a little bit smaller. I could make it like a 2-row math. Sum of survival probabilities multiplied by population if no extinction. I don't know. See how much space we are taking. Yeah, we're not taking too much like horizontal space at all. It's not a problem. The vertical space is the problem. Yeah, and also here, like, can we fit the math formulas? I think this has to be more to the right. So I think here, then we can like run into this. The math formulas, they take both horizontal and vertical space quite a lot, so that's an issue. Let's see like how like big formulas do we have. So this is for the population. It's a little bit chunky. So I've add. Okay. Why did I have to add this? So, oh yeah, because of the background. So let's copy this, duplicate, and I'm gonna add it there. And I think now I'm controlling it. So yes. So let's make this smaller. Let's see how small we can make this. Can we fit it into two of those rows there? No, not yet. Can we make it smaller? I don't know. I don't really. Maybe they just have to be. They just have to take more. And you can see that also like the horizontal issue here. So let's take this. Not these rows out. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky with this because no, it's just not. It's not like I don't know if I can just like I cannot just pick this up and copy. I think it's easier for now at least just to make a duplicate of this again, and then I'm gonna move it to the left, and then we're gonna see a little bit of how this looks as totality. I'm gonna take this off. It's gonna take again these rows off. We're gonna add 2 empty rows. That's actually 3. So if we have 2 rows, we can just fit this stuff. Maybe I could use some, maybe I could like squeeze it a little bit to the right, but I wonder if this stuff to the like this stuff above should be like centered, and then we could have a I could have these lower stuff where they are, so they would be side by side, and these, if this stuff was centered, it would kind of like bring a little bit of variety, and also it would maybe it would put these two in a little bit more kind of like valuable position. Let's play around a little bit. So this could start here. Like that. So now this would show kind of like the first time period, and if you scroll down, it would show the next period. Now this if and then, because they don't start at the same point anymore, so it's not so here I think it's kind of like important to add assuming constant 8 billion population and expected what do you call it, life expectancy, 75 years. I had this somewhere, like what can go a little bit overboard. This like that. I could also put here kind of like the cell that this is the scroll bar. I could add here. Let's see, is this the correct position? Is this a good position? Yeah, I suppose it's fine. So I could add here another, gonna fill this now with white, and I'm gonna put this at like 1/4 of the way, so it's something like that. So now you get the idea that it's like that. Also, I'm like kind of thinking it would be nice to have the scroll bar on the left hand side, but it's, yeah, not sure. Yeah, I'm wondering if I want to have, do I want to have this? So I want to have like this. I'm gonna move this. So this will be like here. Oh, okay. Oh, what happened to the, where did it go? Where did I put that? Is it here? No. Where did I put that? Let's grab it. Here, I removed this or something there. What's this? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move this here, and then we go back to this one. Let's call this like boxes. This would be text. So now we're at boxes. We could have a box in here, and we could have another box in here, and this would be third and fourth box like this. Yeah, I'm not sure if these boxes work, but I think they maybe signify that we're talking about different variables. Maybe I could have, again, use the color, like have this. Okay. This has the orange box, and there's the blue box. This, and then we have this in dark blue boxes. That's not correct. So now you can make the connection, but now we could still like have even more, like I could have it clearer that this is for for those first 10 years. Yeah. Okay. I'm running out of power, and I don't want to go at this to a monitor now, because it's just like annoying for the like the how the tablet works. So I'm gonna stop the stream here.